Well, welcome to another EnviroTalk program. Today we're talking a little bit more, actually to the environmental community who's tuning in. If you're not familiar with the environmental community, let me just kind of fill you in. It's a global movement really to clean up pollution worldwide. And so my name is Travis Bowman with the Environmental Workshops, and we have speakers that speak at our workshops worldwide on cleaning up, whether it's contaminated soil, groundwater, or air. And so the EnviroTalk program is really just giving a voice to our speakers and our sponsors. Our speakers presented global conferences or U.S. Conferences. They're leaders in the marketplace when it comes to contaminated soil, groundwater, and air technologies. So check out our website, EnviroWorkshops.com. You can go see a little bit more about who our sponsors are and the speakers that we've had as guests on our program. But also, we are hosting a global summit. It's called EnviroSummit, so check out that website, EnviroSummit.com. You can see a little bit more about what we're hosting in Charlotte, North Carolina this September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And so we'll have speakers from all over the globe coming in from Asia and Europe and China, and really addressing some of the accelerating trends that they're seeing and maybe some of the technologies that they're using to really help clean up the contamination in their region of the world. So that's a little bit more about who I am and who we are. But like I said, EnviroTalk is a program to really interview some of our speakers. And Danny Ramsey is our guest speaker today. And he has spoken at, I don't know, Danny, you might have spoken at about 100 of the workshops that we've hosted. We've actually hosted over 400 workshops around the globe on 6 different continents and 20 different countries. But Danny is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for a company called Pace Analytical. Actually, Vice President of Sales on the western side of the U.S.
Yes.
But Pace Analytical really are one of the top laboratories in the U.S. and leaders when it comes to PFAS. So PFAS is obviously a buzzword, a hot topic in the environmental community these days. Matter of fact, Pace Analytical owns the only mobile lab for PFAS. So I don't want to steal your thunder, though. So tell us a little bit more about Pace Analytical and you all's different services you offer.
Thank you, Travis. Glad to be here today. And want to shout out to Enviro Workshops. Appreciate all you guys do for bringing information and resources to the industry. I really appreciate you guys putting this forum together. Pace Analytical, we are the largest American-owned environmental laboratory network. We're one of the largest worldwide. We're obviously one of the top ones in the United States as well. We have divisions of that work in life sciences, scientific professional services. Right now our life sciences division, as you can imagine, is supporting a lot of folks that are on the front line of the COVID-19 response. And as we do in our environmental division, we routinely support rapid response, emergency response projects. So logistics, analysis, working with multiple parties. We are accustomed to being a partner in the process of these responses. So COVID-19 has thrown us our entire industry a curveball. There are things about it that are unique, but at the same time, there are things about it that kind of fit with what we do. So we've been very fortunate, considered to be an essential service type business. We've been able to keep all 45 of our laboratories still operating, and we're moving full steam ahead, supporting customers who we're seeing folks working all over the country. The job must be done. So there's a lot of companies really doing some great work out there. And companies going through challenging times as well. So we want to support those that are on the front lines, and we want to be there as a backstop for, say, companies that are in our industry. We've even had some folks approach us, whether it be private or public entities. We're there to provide backstop support when folks need us there too.
That's great. Yeah, you've already addressed COVID-19, and just in our opening discussion, I obviously wanted to dive a little bit more into that and just some of what you all are dealing with obviously this pandemic is globally affecting what I think 180 countries or something like that right now. And so I know Pace, I know the U.S. market is your main focus, but you also do operations outside of the U.S. As well.
We do receive samples from abroad at times. You know, we are though primarily a USA and a North American provider, but we're very heavily concentrated here in the United States, and you know, proud of our marketplace, proud of our company.
Well, I know you all own. Talk to us about the laboratory just outside of Nashville. Talk to us a little bit about that laboratory there.
Largest environmental laboratory on the planet. I've heard it said. All 50 states accredited in one location. You know, but the cool thing about our network is, you know, we've got that large laboratory, but we have a number of other large laboratories, and we have redundancy of capability and accreditation across multiple labs in our network. So we won't have just one. In most cases, we're not just going to have 2 or 3. We can serve you regardless of what situation might arise, what the logistical challenges might be, which means gives us ability to flex in our capacity, gives us the ability if, say there was a natural disaster, an act of God, whatever, you know, force majeure type event that would happen in one part of the country, Pace is able to respond real time to meet your needs.
That's good. So let's talk about the COVID-19 crisis and what we're dealing with and meeting the customer needs. You guys are an essential business. Have you changed some of the maybe SOP, standard operating procedures, or just what have you done in light of that?
Well, it's you don't change your SOPs. Any certification officers are watching and listening. No, those remain the same. But because we work in an industry where personal protective equipment is part of the deal every day, being safety is paramount. It's one of the cornerstones of what we provide and how we partner with our customers. Because it is like part of it's job one, right? So that being the case, social distancing on purpose is probably the biggest change that we've seen, the biggest way we've responded, because we are still operating, we are still working. We have a number of folks who have shifted to work from home, whether project managers, programmers in our IT group, and so on, the ones that can, and because we're in today's modern times, just like we're doing on the video conference now, the tools are out there available to allow us to be able to continue serving our customers are tremendous. This challenge had it hit us 15, 20 years ago, who knows? But now we're able to just keep on going.
That's good. So you're able to still meet the customer's needs, taking in, 45 different labs. You all made some changes, but still able to get laboratory work done and safely. That's good. That's good. Have you seen any, I guess I'm just, as I've talked to some of the other speakers and sponsors, and they've got projects all over the U.S., just like you guys do, that you're working on. Have you seen any changes to some of the regulations from state to state that have kept some of the projects from moving forward, or, talk to us about that?
Everyone has probably seen by now the EPA directives that went out and been on the news. The gist of that, one of the biggest takeaways, I guess, it would be, the states have a lot of leeway in how they want to respond to it. And as we've seen from the statistics of how the current, virus pandemic has affected different geographic areas, even different cities within the same state, I think them having the flexibility has been a good thing. We've seen some projects get postponed, canceled, but at the same time, we've seen other opportunities arise that became more urgent or just came to be that wouldn't have been there. So it's been a mix, but all in all, we've actually not seen we've not seen an overall drop off. We've been able to like I say, we've got all of our facilities are still up and operating, and we are bringing on new business opportunities through this as well. So we look at it as it's full steam ahead. just like the rest of the country, we're here to serve, and we want to be able to respond real time to what the market demand is.
That's so good. Yeah, I know. I've been talking with some of our other. It's good to hear that all 45 labs are still up and running. Projects are still going on. Obviously, there's going to be delays and some, but talking with our other speakers, the reality is if everything just shut down in an industry, it would create catastrophic, issues of, try and get it back up and running with some. I mean, some of our projects that we're working on in the environmental industry truly are life and death type of, life at risk type projects.
Absolutely. And to that end, now, are we going to see slowdowns in pockets across our industry? Yes. I mean, we are seeing that, no one's immune to that. At the same time, when I talk about the opportunities, we can support, folks who are, say, needing to worry about, is my surface clean? Or, how is this affecting my environment? If you go to our website, www.pacelabs.com, we have some resources there that from some of our different groups that are available, and we would encourage you guys to have a conversation with us, case by case. More likely than not, either we can help you toward your goals on those projects, but if not, we will gladly refer you to the best fit for what your needs are, because we want to be your primary analytical resource.
That's excellent. That is excellent. Hey, what do you, as we look towards this pandemic, hopefully in the next couple months, starting to wind down and life return, are you all putting anything into place to maybe be ready for, I guess, maybe a surge of projects that have been delayed, or, I'm just thinking through what the bottleneck might be like. Are you all thinking about that?
Absolutely. On the backside of this thing, it may be Wild West. It could be a slow recovery. It could be a spike. It could be a hockey stick. All of a sudden going flat and just boom, the way it goes. So we're set up because of the way our network is built. We are uniquely positioned to be able to be that resource for you. And so we'll work with customer situations, whatever they might be. The key is going to be communication. Let us know what you need. And that's what we always tell customers, but especially now, businesses, we need to communicate.
That's great. It's good stuff. Hey, man, I know you are busy. Matter of fact, I forgot to say, I was going to say thank you so much for coming on the program, but I forgot to say thank you in front of our audience, because without Pace Analytical, our workshops wouldn't have been as big as they have become. And Pace Analytical is one of our first platinum sponsors to really help push us beyond the limits of what we could have ever even seen. So thank you guys. You guys have been awesome to work with. All of it. I mean, I've interacted with a Pace person in probably every single city and state we've been in across the U.S., and a phenomenal team to work with. Matter of fact, if you're not working with Pace, I highly recommend you get involved with them. Their laboratory services are unbelievable. So I applaud you guys. Thanks so much for being a sponsor and participating in our workshops. And thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
My pleasure. Thank you, Travis.
All right, Danny. See you at the next workshop.
Yes, sir.
All right.